Day 99 of the English Speaking Challenge. I am a Gen Z myself, and for my big brother, he was a millennial. So we were around, we were from different generations, but I believe we experienced the same thing, which was the changing of technology a lot, like major technology from just knowing about television and now phone. And before, let's say, my brother was really into television and watching anime, and we used to fight over it, watching our favorite uh, you know movies or our favorite anime, etc., our favorite channel to watch. And then it started to change because he started to know about PlayStation, and his fond towards television wasn't that particularly, you know, as deep as it used to be. And for me, my only, let's say, my only play or free time, I usually just spending my time playing around as my brother did before. But I believe I experienced more because of women tend to have a lot of uh, traditional games in the past, at least in my area. And then it was for me, it was around traditional games and also TV only because I didn't really into PlayStation. I couldn't really play it, and for the you know um, for PlayStation, I believe there was Nintendo, but I tried it a few times and tried to stick, tried to play the game, but I didn't really, uh, you know, uh, like the activity, and I still stick on the TV. And we grew up. We grew up, and I believe I started to know computer around like almost in my last years of elementary school years. And then when we went to middle school, I started to know about computer more because there are a lot of a place we call it Warnet, where you could find a lot of computer that link to internet, and you can to pay that to use the internet. You can to pay like you can to pay each hour to get a ability to use internet on the computer. And I started to know about K-pop by that, I would say. And yeah, my phone of television was reduced due to this kind of um, let's say moment. And then it changed from from something basic traditional things for both of us, and then it changed to be something that, let's say, familiar, which was television. And then PlayStation, like if we are talking about my brother, because I wasn't really into it, PlayStation for the PlayStation part, not even a Nintendo. I used to like it, but I play it like perhaps a few times only. And then we started to know about phone, the dumb phone before, and I played a lot of like the snake game in the past, etc. And I stopped it. And we started to have our smartphones, especially when after we graduated from the high school, which was quite, let's say, later than most teenager around our age at that moment, because we weren't from a, let's say, a family that had a you know decent financial condition at that moment, so we couldn't really afford to have our own even dumb phone at that moment, and then we started to have our own smartphone, and we found to our phone, and we didn't really into uh, TV again. And yeah, it just, the phone was the fun of technology, the fun of the idea of playing in games have been changing a lot from us. And I couldn't really find the relation with others, perhaps others generation, because we really like the changing of technology, the growth of technology was really, fast around our age, rather than let's say previous generation, or millennial generation that would, let's say, burn much more earlier than my brother, or let's say the generation after me, because they didn't, like most of the generation that I know, they only knew few traditional games, etc. And yeah, the technology, the changing, the growing of technology was super fast around our generation, especially our own age. And what I believe, like, and what I also let's say grateful was, we could to catch up to the changing of the technology. We started to know another technology, started to get to know, and then started to learn, and started to, let's say, mastery, although not in a, let's say, in a really specific kind of skill, but we know this kind of technology even before technology. And yeah, it's just like a dream, because I didn't really find a major, major fast growing technology again now. Perhaps because I live in my country, it could be, it might be different if I move to the, let's say, uh, developed country, but still, although I tried to, keep it up with the information about the technology, etc., I couldn't really catch up in many of them, sadly. But I just feel like it's just like a dream, and the changing is so fast. And as someone who would like it, if I could to survive in the future, I believe I should to, let's say, master different skills, or else it could be harder to, let's say, um, break the generational poverty. Yeah, especially if I'm not living in a developed country, it might be easier to break it if I live in a developed country. But well, what will what will be happen to. And I don't know, like, I hope that I could still catch up, or at least I know the information, so I wouldn't be, let's say, have uh like in the condition that I have completely no idea about what was happening in the world. Because knowing, and at least knowing things will be much more, uh make my life easier, so I couldn't at least choose what kind of skill that I would like to master in the future, or at least knowing, so I could survive. And I hope, like, I could help myself in this generation where the technology was changing so fast that I'm not sure that I could catch up, but I hope that I could, and I hope we could. And yeah, that's what I can say. I hope you enjoy it. Bye.